Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today we are taking a look at this beast, which is the Superlock made by Jean Claude Constantin of Germany. This thing weighs a ton. I think it's about 1.5 kilos of what feels like pretty much solid metal. We've got a key here to help us, and on the front and the back we've got a really intricate design. So this is a handmade lock puzzle. Very nice detailing on both sides of the lock here. But let's take a closer look at it and get into it. Okay, so here we go, let's take a close look at it. I'm just going to take the key off quickly. Always handy when you get supplied a key for a lock puzzle. So on the front here we've got two dials. So this top dial turns a little bit but not very much, and this bottom dial about the same. You can turn it a little bit and not too much. We've got these fastenings. They're on both sides, don't seem to move much, and on the back side we've got the spaces here. We can use this key on these four little parts and twist them, so it seems that some of them have got quite a bit of movement in them. That one's got a fair bit of movement. In fact, they've all seemed to have about 108 degrees worth of motion in them. It's also got this really cool design. I don't know if this has been handmade, but it's pretty ornate. It looks a bit kind of Aztec-y or something like that. It looks pretty cool. Also weighs quite a lot. I can just imagine hanging this on my garden shed or something at home. Definitely wouldn't attract any criminals or anything like that. So the lock looks as if it comes into the padlock down here somewhere. So we're going to need to release some mechanism somewhere over here. And that is it in terms of the first look. So I'm going to try and solve this next. If you want to see that, stay tuned. If you don't want to see that, I'd recommend you stop watching at this point. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can figure out how to open this. So my first idea is going to be that we need to somehow organize these in the correct sequence, turn the dials on the front, and it opens up. So it's trying to work out, I guess, what the sequence is for these ones, and then figuring out which dial they're actually controlling. I would guess, based on the location of them, that they're going to be controlling this dial, or maybe these top two do this one and the bottom two do this one, something like that. But let's just try and line them all up so that all of the square shapes are facing the same direction. There we go. So it doesn't seem like we can get any more motion on these ones. So they've got little marks on these dials. I don't know whether this is part of the design or not. It looks a little bit like they've been drawn on, but it's probably going to be pretty handy in terms of keeping a track on how much these are rotating. So we've got a little black mark on this one, black mark on this one as well. So no luck there. So let's try. It's hard to know. Obviously these could be rotated around into different positions, but we'll try just to start with having them all angled in the same way. Oh, okay, we've got a bit of movement there. So I feel like we've got a little bit more movement on the bottom one here. I don't know what that was, so we'll try spinning them back again. Okay, so now the key won't turn, this one won't move more than a few degrees left and right, so we seem to have a bit more movement, and we can move it about 90 degrees up and down, but I'm not sure what's actually done that. So let's see if we can. I'm going to try turning it at the back at the same time as spinning these pieces with the key. So I can feel, when I turn the key, I can feel a bit of pressure on the dial at the front. So they are obviously connected in some way. Oh, okay. So now this dial was turning quite a bit further. So the black mark initially was about 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock maybe. And then we spun it all the way around over here. I can't seem to get it to go back again. That one's moving more freely now as well. Okay, so this seems to be, if we turn this one as far as we can counterclockwise, this top dial can move pretty freely. And okay, there we go. Lock puzzle solved. That wasn't too tricky. So I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up or not, but basically this dial at the top, if we turn it, a pin comes out, obviously locking into this top piece, and then we can unlock it again. So let's just work out. So this one can only move, I think, when this one is in the right position. Okay, I can spin that one all the way back now. So yeah, and now this top pin can't spin. So we have to spin this one all the way around. Then we can spin this down and open it up. Then we put it back, and that's it locked, and we can spin this one back. So I think, I don't know whether there's some way of doing this that you would have to work out how these need to be sequenced or what the sequence is. I think I've maybe shortcutted it a little bit just by using a bit of pressure on the dial at the same time as turning these, and doing that I just find the exact spot where it needs to move and move it. But I'm sure there's going to be, there must be a sequence. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if there's some kind of sequence you're supposed to work out for this, but in the end I just use that kind of shortcut, feel and solve it, similar to I've seen in some puzzle boxes, and also some kind of like locks if you're trying to pick those as well. So not overly difficult in my opinion. Kind of cool, but very expensive for what it is. Definitely more for like a collector's display piece than I think for your everyday puzzler. I'm interested to know what you think about this one though, so drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this lock. That's it for today's video though. We'll see you in the next one.